Horus versus Sanguinius full.
Sanguinius.
Is that Horus?
He takes another step. Ahead, the severed corridor ends in a doorway. Brother. The doorway stands open. Its frame is woven from scrimshawed human bone.
Okay.
He steps through it and finds himself in a narrow tunnel. It is barely wide enough for him to move along it. The sheer black walls tight on either hand. He looks up and sees that the walls rise higher and higher above him.
Oh.
It's no tunnel. It's a slender crevasse. A long, narrow fissure split between towering cliffs. He starts to advance. Again, the whispers. Sanguinius. The floor is wet, black rock, and is utterly flat, as though it has been smothered by centuries of passage. Indeed, it almost feels as if this slight pathway has been worn down through the cliffs by aeons of repeated, single-file procession. Uncountable feet making the same lone journey he is making, gradually eroding this seam.
Okay.
Impossibly high above him, he can see the sky. A narrow river of night sky and stars beyond the cliff tops that mirrors the path he treads. After 30 meters, the crevasse starts to taper. The walls become even closer, constricting him. He can see a vertical line of pale light far ahead. He's forced to turn sideways and edge his way along to fit. It is claustrophobic, despite the endless space above his head. He advances. The cliff walls compress his furled wings and scrape against his breastplate. The walls are so near to his face he can see they are made of bone. Human long bones, woven together like reedwork.
What?
They are wet and stained, glossy with black oil.
No.
After another few sideways steps, he is obliged to squeeze his way, crushed by the fissure even side on. It begins to feel as though it will taper so much he won't be able to squeeze any further. It begins to feel as though it will wedge him tight and pin him forever. He slides on, shuffling his sidestep, edging towards the light, scraping his wings and plate. At last, he steps free into the open beyond. The Lupercal Court is a vast space of fluted columns, with arches springing from the imposts to create a soaring, ribbed ceiling. The floor is polished stone.
Okay.
The scale of the court is immense and humbling, the architecture designed to create an artificial infinite. Sanguinius is just one tiny mote of golden white in an impossible soaring cathedral of obsidian and black marble. Such a chamber could not and should not exist on the vengeful spirit. The light here, vicious and heavy, is a dull, crimson glow.
Okay.
Welcome, brother.
Horus.
At last. He thinks for a moment that the room itself has spoken. But part of it moves. Part of the stupendous Gothic grandeur turns to look upon him. Horus Lupercal smiles.
I forgot he had a full name.
Sanguinius's breath catches in his throat. His brother's metanoia is difficult to believe. Horus is the most forbidding thing. A monolith of auramite-edged black plate. The power bestowed upon him seems to magnify his physical presence like some foul and fantastic creature of myth.
Damn.
He is clad in the serpent scales, the artificed cataphracti war gear handcrafted for him. He looms like a bestial demigod, bred to fight the tautomachy that raged before the first sun was lit. The War Master's right hand is a world-cracking claw.
Ooh.
His left casually clutches a mace the size of a young oak that could hammer heaven open.
Damn.
The pelt of a wolf, one so big its jaws could swallow the moon, drapes across his shoulders like dirty snow across alpine peaks. The alphabets of chaos inscribed his gold and ebon armor, throbbing with eldritch heat. A single
That's
eye
crazy.
adorns his steep, thick-plated torso, unblinking, gazing with poisonous regard.
Ooh.
Power drips from him like water, spilling from the edges of his plate, and from the pipes and cables that sustain him and connect him to his armor as one living whole.
That's
It splashes
crazy.
and fizzles on the ground around his feet in cascades of voltaic sparks and incandescent rage. His head, red-lit, is framed by the oversized gorget collar and girdwork of his mantle plating.
I know I said I wasn't gonna pause, but I just have to say, I really like the way that they describe like characters in this like universe. I think like it really adds to how menacing the characters are. And I think that like the way that like they get described, it makes sense. Like I can actually have like an image of them in my head. You know what I mean? It is really good. Like even if I know Horus will get his ass kicked, I'm still like physically like I feel physically like threatened, right? By like Horus in this very moment. It looks really good. Yeah. Someone in Twitch chat said his head bald as fuck. Stop! I was like, I'm like here like scared of him, and then every time and then someone's like, oh yeah, he's bald. Thanks, chat. I appreciate you guys. Okay, we're gonna go back. Okay, 3. I know they're not wrong, but still, okay. I want to. Will they describe his head? Will they be like his head glistened, nary a hair on that? I can't wait. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Tubes and fiber bundles plug his shaven scalp and drape across his cranium like braids of hair. His face, even in the cast of the bloodlight, his face is the face Sanguinius remembers. His smile is the smile Sanguinius loved. Brother, Horus says. Each syllable burdens the air, making it shudder to bear the weight. My brother, my dear brother. I waited for you for so long. You have come, as I hoped you would. I have missed you. You hoped I would come? Asks Sanguinius, his words strong and clear, sound thin and insubstantial after the crushed mass density of Horus's voice.
Ooh.
You knew I would come. You were ever your own soul, dear brother. Lupercal replies. I could not trust in fate, or destiny, or even chance to bring you here. It had to be your choice.
Oh.
My heart is full that this is the choice you made. And my heart is full to see you again, Sanguinius replies, despite all that has taken place. I have mourned the loss of my brother, Horus. I would not have let this monstrous war end without seeing you, with my own eyes, one last time. Monstrous it is, Horus murmurs, and end it must. I abhor it, and wish it to be finished. But, my brother, this does not have to be the last time we stand face to face. I think it must, says Sanguinius. Why so? You are not the brother I remember. You are changed. The warp is upon you, Horus, and I fight terror just to look upon you. No need. Oh, my brother, no need for fear. The warp is indeed upon me, and within me, because all things change. You must know this, you of all people. You have seen it. You know it, in that we are alike. Lupercal pauses, the echo of his last words rolling away to the edges of the chamber like discarded thunder.
Oh no.
We always have been, he says. Slowly, he raises his left fist and points the head of the huge mace towards the 5 gigantic thrones set against the towering rear wall of the court. One is for you, he says. There will be a coronation. I have dreamed of this. Join me.
Oh.
It's too late, brother.
I didn't know he invited Sanguinius.
Replies. Nothing is too late, says Horus. I decide what is and is not. And even time obeys me.
Damn.
Make a wise choice, my dear brother. I have longed for your company. This is your offer? This is my offer. Please accept it. It is why I have waited for you. It is why I have chosen to meet with you. He raises his right hand. The scythe talons of his power claw gently beckon. Join me. Sanguinius turns his left side towards his brother. He bows his head, eyes closed, for a second. And when he raises it again, the blade and carmine comes up with it into a raised proffer above his right shoulder. He opens his eyes and meets Horus's gaze, unblinking.
No.
And this is why I have chosen to meet with you, he answers. To fight me. To end you. But you will die, says Horus. Everyone dies, brother,
Oh.
Sanguinius replies. Not me.
No,
This
but like
is your decision.
you so did though.
Yes, says Sanguinius. Horus stares at him. A single tear wells from his eye and trickles down his cheek. Pity, he says. Words exhausted. Only deeds remain.
No.
Sanguinius keeps his poise, sword raised, hand extended, as implacable as the golden effigies that filled the endless hallways of his father's palace. His gaze is equally unwavering. He holds and returns his brother's stare. He does not blink, though to look into the eyes of Horus is to look into plunging chasms of night. There is nothing there.
Oh no.
No pity. No hope. No mercy.
Oh.
Not even the hint of intellect.
What?
The tear on Horus's cheek seems an anomaly. But there is no evidence of the emotion that produced it. The Lupercal's eyes are fathomless black. The dead eyes of an apex predator rising silently from the ocean's depth, with
he's so
jaws
evil.
agape,
Oh.
or watching from savannah scrub about to pounce. The look alone transfixes. For like the mightiest carnivore hunters, the flat regard is as much a weapon as talons. What teeth do to flesh, these eyes do to the psyche.
Ooh.
Sanguinius is not transfixed. Fear fills him to the top of the throat,
No.
enough to make him retch. But he holds his pose, to declare his defiance. It is a warning.
Oh.
Horus Lupercal does not heed it. His eyes remain dead, unblemished by the glint of sentience.
Oh.
He makes the first move, a single step forwards, as slow and ineluctable as tectonic drift. He lets the shaft of the great maul in his left hand slip down a little way, until he is gripping it by the ferrule for maximum leverage. A second step. The infinite architecture of the Lupercal court shivers at the tread, and Sanguinius is no longer still. His legs flex as his great wings unfold, an act that takes less time than a blink. He is aloft, a golden blur that sweeps upwards, then down, and across the black scaled mass of his monstrous brother. His sword's first strike tears across Lupercal's chest plating in a ripple of distorting shield energy.
Oh.
His second lashes Lupercal's left pauldron as he skims across it. His third rakes Lupercal's shoulder and back in a spray of sparks. Horus reacts. The maul rises and swings to swat his brother out of the air.
Oh.
The force of the swing is so great there is a sawing crack of air displacement. Despite its thunderclap, the maul finds nothing. Sanguinius has banked full circle, and then Carmine rips Lupercal's right hip, and then again, full force into the breast guard. The talon of Horus rakes and snaps with enough force to crush the hull of a tank. The maul swings, bruising the air with the crimson trail of the blood light fizzing from its head. Neither connects. Sanguinius, wings scything, is inside his brother's guard again. Face to face, 6 meters off the deck, driving sword strokes into his chest and face. 1, 2, 3. Each strike deflects from reactive power shielding. Each strike makes Lupercal shield generators howl as they struggle to maintain protective integrity. Each strike causes the shimmering ghost of the defensive field to quiver and coruscate across his plastron and carapace. The talons of the lightning claw close again. The slam of a bear trap. Sanguinius is already gone, soaring vertically, like a launching missile, high into the air above his brother. Under the arching ribs of the lofty ceiling, he turns, inverts, and dives. A descending eagle. Impact. In Carmine strikes the raised shoulder plating that houses the suit's reactor. Sparks gout. More than sparks. Superheated specks of armor plate and hammer scale. There is a raw metal gouge left in the hunched back plate of the serpent scales.
Okay, I know I said I wasn't gonna pause. I'm pausing once more because Games Workshop, I'm begging you, literally anyone, I'm begging you, can someone animate this? This sounds fucking sick. Holy shit. Like, I want to see this shit animated. What the fuck? That's crazy. I'm not very good at like imagining things, right? So I'm still like kind of here like just trying to like understand like what's happening, you know? But it sounds really, really, really cool. You know what I mean? It'd be difficult to do it. I can't imagine. I can't imagine it'd be hard to do something like this. It really would. And it'd be a lot of effort just for it to get copyright, like copy strike. But Games Workshop, I'm begging you. This shit sounds so cool. I need you guys to animate it, cause like, I mean, for the visual learners like me, I need that. I need that done. It have less frames than Blue Lock. I don't know, man. Games Workshop dropped the PowerPoint presentation version of this. It doesn't matter to me, but holy shit! Like I said, I'm a visual learner. The text and audio isn't like doing like it's not doing it justice for me. But I'm begging you guys. I'm begging. So if anyone's going to sleep right now, good night, guys. Good night. Good night. Bro, this sounds fucking fire. This sounds so gas. Oh my god. Gay against Angron's animated. Okay. I mean, I think someone did send the animated fight in, but is it worth watching the animated fight, or is it more worth like listening to like it? You know what I mean? Yeah, but like if this were animated, this shit would be so gas. Like, bro, don't even drop it like it's a full anime series. Literally just do an anime based on the Horus Heresy. Do it like the way Berserk does it, like how they keep doing Ban of the Hawk and then like post Ban of the Hawk, you know, that kind of thing. Just this is so gas. What the fuck? Listen for Zen Watch? Yeah, I think so too. I think that would make a lot more sense. But oh, this is gonna be so fucking fire. Okay, we're gonna keep going. I just wanted to pause just to be like, Games Workshop, please do this for me. I'm just a girl and I'm begging because I feel like this would be fire. I don't know if like UFO table animating the Horus Heresy would be hype as fuck. Honestly, Berserk's a bad example. It still makes me upset. No, when I say Berserk, I don't mean the animation quality of Berserk. Don't get me wrong. What I mean is if they're not gonna commit to making a full anime, just like do like, you know, Horus Heresy and then like nothing else, you know? Yeah, just the structure of it. Not necessarily the animation. I mean, definitely not the animation quality, just like the structure. If they're not gonna commit to the full like lore of 40k, just the Horus Heresy bits, perfectly fine. I don't think the rest I mean, we haven't gotten to those bits yet, but I genuinely think that the Horus Heresy moments deserve to have like an animation. Games Workshop, if you do this for me, I will breed the next generation of Warhammer fans. I promise you. I will single-handedly do it myself. I will do it for you guys. Games Workshop, please. I'll sink my life savings into your company, okay?
Sanguinius is beneath it, rolling into an unloaded extension that carries him away parallel to the deck, sinks around a column, and sweeps back into strike range at an oblique angle, climbing slightly to eye level, then diving at the last to deliver a passing strike into Lupical's left thigh. He loops hard behind his brother's back and lands a second blow to the reactor plating, driving in Carmine, two-handed. The talon clashes at him. He evades, but does not pull back. They are face to face again for a millisecond. Enough time for Carmine to slash the gorget and crackling face shielding. The mace descends. It strikes not brother, but floor, grazing the deck like a bullet hole in a mirror, cracks spidering out from the molten point of impact. Horus Lupercal, despite his greater bulk, is not slow. His every step, movement, swing, and strike is bullet fast. The lethal blink of a lasbolt, faster than any Astartesian reaction, faster than any Custodes reflex, faster than any Primarch. Except one. Sanguinius is making him seem ponderous, heavy, and cumbersome. Sanguinius is so fleet, he is a golden ray of light, a darting glimmer. He is outmatched on almost every level, so he draws on what advantages he holds. Speed, agility, a peerless blade, immeasurable courage, and above all else, flight. He forces the conflict into 3 dimensions, using the air and the space, rejecting the constraints of flat plane combat. To stay on his feet, on the deck, and square off against his brother like 2 Astartes in a practice cage would be to invite a duel he cannot win.
Ooh.
It is an eagle against a bear, a raven on a wolf, a ball dancer vaulting an auroch,
That makes
lightning
sense, though.
around a mountain, dazzle in darkness. He is relentless, circling, swooping, climbing, stooping, coming at his brother from every angle to deliver a savage blow before rolling and banking out of death's reach. He wheels, feinting right to evade the talon, dragging the full length of Carmine's edge across Horus's right pauldron with a grating squeal. Embers flutter, broken scales rain onto the deck. Horus brings them all around in a cataclysmic swing that almost catches the beating wings as they pass him. Sanguinius darts away, then swoops back, suspending like a hummingbird for long enough to gouge his blade into Horus's waist, then veers away as the maul comes at him.
Ooh.
The maul's head strikes the floor again, this time with enough force to split and scatter the flagstones in a long fault line that exposes the underdeck spars. The tumbling slabs and buckling deck plates chase after Sanguinius like an opening crevasse. Sanguinius loops and lands, square and true on his feet, just beyond the end of the long fracture in the floor. He looks back at his brother along the line of broken, displaced and jumbled flagstones, 20 meters away. He turns his left side towards Horus. He raises the blade in carmine in a proffer above his right shoulder. He extends his left hand, ready. He meets Horus's gaze, unblinking. "Do you lack, brother?" he says. "He's taunting you.
Oh,
He's mocking you.
no.
You don't rise to it. But honestly, it wounds you a little. You thought he was better than that. You thought, in fact, that he was perfect. This is disappointing. You lack. That's what he said. Clearly, all evidence to the contrary. His defiance you can understand. Sanguinius still thinks he's fighting the good fight on the right side of history.
Oh,
He hasn't fully grasped the nature of this situation. But the taunting? That's beneath him. It's base impudence. And it does not become him. Of course, he's only doing it because he's scared. You can't blame him for that. If your positions were reversed, you would be scared too. What use is his bravado? He can't revoke you.
does Horus feel fear? Like, I mean, I know it's kind of a dumb question to ask, but like, I don't know. I thought that like Primarchs, for a long time, I thought Primarchs didn't feel emotions, right? And like, that's one of the reasons why I'm like really leaning heavily to like Sanguinius, because Sanguinius feels like an actual person, you know what I mean? But I didn't think that like Horus, at this point, no, right? So when they're saying that like he felt like it's just bravado and he felt fear, they're not referring to Horus, are they? At this point, he's insane. Sanguinius does, yeah. No, I know they're still people, but I thought that like for the most part they're meant to be a bit more like, you know, detached. You know what I mean? So the failures, Russ failed. Wait, who insulted who? Oh, Horus referring to Sanguinius. Okay, I got a bit confused. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, cause like the perspective suddenly shifted and I got like a bit like eh. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Thanks for clarifying, guys. I really like Sanguinius. I really, really, really like Sanguinius. I think that Sanguinius is the most like human feeling out of all of them for me right now, and I really like him.
He can't goad you into becoming anything that you are not already. You lack nothing.
Ooh.
But taunting just makes him seem juvenile. And you don't want to think of him that way. He's Sanguinius. You've always loved him. You want to remember him as a paragon of virtue, not as some... except bravado's not for you at all, is it? It's for him. You see it now. He's never had to act brave in his life. You've always thought of him as naturally brave, the bravest soul you've ever known. But it's not the case. When you're as powerful as Sanguinius, you're afraid of nothing, and bravery is easy. Everything else he's ever faced, he's faced without fear.
Oh.
But he's having to act now. But he's not very good at it. He's never had to pretend his courage before. Don't, you say, very gently. You don't want to see a life as glorious as his end in humiliation.
Oh, wait.
But he mistakes your remark. He thinks he's getting to you.
Wait, so Horus really loves Sanguinius then? So it's... he really loved his brother then. It wasn't like... Oh... Wait... Oh, no. Wait. Wait. No, now I'm so sad. Wait. Oh my fucking god. It's over for me? They were besties? Wait, no. This is actually really fucking tragic then. They were actual like besties, and then like chaos like brought them apart, and oh, I need to grab a tissue. He loved all of his brothers, Horus did, or Sanguinius? Wait. Am I feeling sad for Horus right now? I don't even know. I feel that, like, I just feel mixed, like, I don't know. I feel really fucking sad, you know, that, like, he acknowledges that he loves his brother and that he's acknowledging that he loves his brother. He doesn't want to see his brother like this. But, oh my god. Wait, I mean, this... Oh, he's... Yeah, someone said earlier that he's just a flesh puppet and this is Chaos speaking to him, but... Oh my god. Oh, shot, this is so sad. Chaos manipulated all of them. Bro, fuck Chaos. I'm sorry, everyone who's a Chaos enjoyer in the chat right now, I'm sorry guys, but like, fuck Chaos. This is so sad. And one, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. Welcome to the basement. I'm sorry if you guys are casual enjoyers of Chaos or competitive enjoyers of Chaos. Fuck Chaos right now. This is so sad. I can't believe it. They were brothers, and then now Chaos was like, hey, I'm about to fuck shit up, and they really fuck shit up. This is so sad. There's a reason why all 4 Chaos Gods wanted Sanguinius. He's such a good guy. He actually is like the pinnacle of like good guy, you know? Oh my god. Wait, I love him. For the first time I heard about Warhammer, is it really? I really enjoy Warhammer a lot. The lore is very good. Very, very, very good. Wait. We're gonna keep going. But the fact that, like, Horus actually really loves Sanguinius, and like seeing Sanguinius in this moment is like causing him like mixed feelings is really fucking tragic to me. Also, if you guys hear typing in the back, that's because they were talking about the mace and they were talking about Carmine, and I was like, I don't know what that is. So I was like Googling on the site, like what the heck is like happening. This is so sad. Guys, am I a Sanguinius fangirl now? I don't even know. But yeah, there's like terms that they're using. I don't quite know what the terms are. So I've just been like I've been like Googling on the site, like what the fuck is Carmine? You know? Yeah. He's such a guy. He's actually such a guy. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Let's keep it going.
He comes at you again, eyes bright, sword brighter. You sidestep. His blade scrapes your ribs. He arcs up and away. It's instructive, actually. For him to behave this way tells you a great deal about what you've become. For the peerless Sanguinius to show fear, well, that says a lot. Will the others be the same, you wonder, when their turns come?
No.
Will your father's mask fall too? Sparks dance. He has passed you on the left side, raking with his sword. He comes within an inch of your grasp. These are huge risks he's taking. He really is tremendously courageous, even if it is an act. In fact, what is courage except an act? Courage isn't a passive quality. Whether instinctive or forced, it's the condition of acting in the face of danger. Well, there is danger here. So it doesn't matter if his courage is genuine or imitation. He is resolved to make a fight of it. He's determined to show no fear or back down in the face of insuperable odds. Back in the day, you adored him because you thought him fearlessly brave. But it was effortless back then. To see him now fighting on despite his mortal dread of you, you understand he has become fearfully brave. That is impressive. It makes you love him a little more. He flies at you again, a flash of gold in the gloom of your court. You spin Worldbreaker light as a twig to block him. He evades you once more. Barely. His blade hacks splinters off your shoulder plate as he streaks past. You turn and watch him as he banks overhead, a gleaming eagle, whirring through the shafts of light in the clerestory high above. Those wings, that soaring grace. He loops down beside you. A rush of air, the sting of his blade. You swing the talon and miss. Even injured, he is still so fast. But uninjured, and pushing himself so hard, he'll tire himself out.
Yeah?
He'll ebb. He'll grow slower.
Yeah?
Fear and effort will eat up all that courage and speed. And then it'll all be over. Or perhaps, before that moment comes, futility will overwhelm him. You can sense it seeding in him,
What does that mean?
sapping his vigor.
No.
At what point will he realize that everything he's doing is utterly pointless?
No.
How beautiful will that moment of recognition be?
No, don't
You want to
disparage
see
him.
that futility dawning in his eyes.
No.
Close up, face to face. You want to smell it on his breath. He hits you again. He soars clear, hooking a long, wide curve around the end columns. And he comes out of the turn. His wings begin to beat more furiously as he accelerates into the next run. You try to block him. Another strike. A good one. That would have disemboweled Angron. That would have sheared the Pale King's heart in two. That would have taken Ferris's head from his shoulders.
But...
You're still holding back a little. He doesn't have to die. When that instant of recognition finally hits him, you'll give him one last chance to reconsider his position.
No.
So let him wear himself out. Let him take out his anger on you. He needs it. He needs to feel as if he's tried. It's pride, of course. He is his father's favorite son. The brightest one, beloved by all. He has always been the exemplar of unflinching loyalty. He has always won. He was never going to go down without a fight. Once futility has broken him, you will lift him up again. You will carry him to the throne you have prepared for him, and invite him to sit there and rest. He will have played his part, and done all he could.
Okay.
There'll be no shame in saying yes to you then. He is your favorite. Always has been. You want him with you, because that will mean something. If this defiance had come from Rogel or Constantine, you would have destroyed them quickly. Their value, and they are both great warriors, is as trophies, as heads for your wall, proof of your prowess. Look upon my kills, father, and despair.
No!
But with Sanguinius, though he is the mightiest of all, it's not about victory in arms. It's about victory in spirit.
Oh no.
To break him, to bend him to your will. Now that's
Why are you such a
true
freak?
triumph. The embodiment of imperial loyalty, cowed at your feet, feeding from your hand, pledging his devotion. Look upon that, father.
Are you kind of
won't
a
be
freak,
easy.
bro?
If it was easy, it would be worthless. You've tried before, several times. The wily Erebus, apostle of filth and lies, attempted it on your behalf at Cygnus Prime, and failed. It was always going to be a slow erosion.
No.
He strikes you again, then again. You can actually taste his fear. An angel's terror, so very sweet. He is, you believe, finally beginning to understand. That's the source of his fear. This fear that's so new and unfamiliar to him. It's not fear of you, per se. Not of your numinous power. Not even that you are Horus Lupercal, War Master. A being no sane creature would want to face in battle or hope to vanquish. It's a fear of the unknown.
Okay.
Sanguinius. Poor Sanguinius. Even at this bitter end,
Poor Sanguinius.
still sees things framed by imperial thinking. Dark against light,
No.
Imperium against traitor, father against son. It's pernicious. It's wrong-headed. It's a view of cosmic reality that is utterly unsupportable. Sanguinius, like too many millions of others in the Imperial fold, is so grievously conditioned in his mode of understanding. He is as good as brainwashed.
No, he's not.
He sees himself as the last good man standing, the last loyal son, the last bastion of noble valor, fighting to the death in his father's name, refusing to submit. That's why you love him. It is painfully heroic. It is the quintessence of what he is. But he is starting to perceive the realigned truths of the universe. He is beginning to understand that everything he knows about man and gods, about heroes and chaos, is a lie. The dawning comprehension is terrifying him. While he was fighting his way through the ship to reach you, the material world underwent an ontological shift. True power replaced false ideologies. True majesty replaced debased glory. You are not evil, and that which you stand for is not evil. For there is no evil. There is no darkness. There is only everything, conjoined and suffused by the warp, which you channel through your soul. Every value that Sanguinius was raised to believe in is undone or shown as dishonest. The only blight in this cosmos is the fading stench of your father's tyrannical diktat that he, and he alone, was fit to determine the future. Sanguinius will burn himself out. The scales will fall from his eyes. He will blink in belated apperception at a new configuration of reality, in which the false promises and selfish desires of your father are exposed as the venality they always were.
Oh, this is the daddy issues.
At the very last, the way things truly are. An epistemological revelation. Weeping in joy, he will beg you for forgiveness, and you will, in your infinite mercy, grant it to him. It will be the greatest moment of his life, and the sweetest victory of yours. Then your father will see you both, and he will see that everything he is and was is nothing. The vain dreams of a prideful, arrogant man who has failed in every possible way. Sanguinius strikes you again. You snap at him with your talon. He soars away. But the end is near.
No!
He's getting tired.
Oh, fuck.
Behold, caught between the pincer of your claws, a single white feather.
No!
Sanguinius flows sideways through the air. By any measure, he's a significant figure. A humanoid form scaled far greater than any man. Powerfully muscled, winged, and cased in heavy armor. He has substantial mass and vast strength. He is the imperative, physical punctuation to almost any fight. But he seems weightless. He shimmers around his adversary, illusory, fleeting, a brief beam of light, a wind-borne leaf, a circling bird darting around a thorn tree.
Oh.
He scarcely touches the deck, as though he is buoyant and too light to land. As though he is an etheric spirit born to dwell forever far above the dull world of earth, in the bright realm of wind and air. His wings drive, and he vaults his enemy, flurries of sparks trailing him as the edge of Encarmine slits the heavy wolf pelt and scribes a long, curving gouge across black plate.
Oh, he got him.
He lands the toes of his right foot, kissing the ground long enough to drive a pivot that spins him around in the air. A springing rotation which allows his seeking blade another contact. Plate buckles, torn like tin, and sheared cables gout murky cerebrospinal fluid.
Ow!
The maul tears the air to find him, but he is gone again. Horus Lupercal is breathing hard, sucking and snorting like a laboring grox. There is spittle on his chin and lips, and the first cast of anger in his dead eyes.
No,
This
he's
contest is no longer amusing him. He is becoming annoyed. Full rage will follow. Sanguinius is counting on it. The Horus he loved had a quick temper, pricked easily into wrath, and usually spurred by frustration when people failed to do as they were told or proved themselves incompetent. Most of all, his rage flared at any act of defiance. Sanguinius knows what the War Master's anger looks like, and he knows how to provoke it. He has no idea what the wrath of this thing, whatever monstrous obscenity Horus has become, will be like. He imagines it will be an abominable fury. But rage is a weakness in any true warrior. Rage makes a man rash and clumsy, and it diminishes his skill and technique. No matter how highly trained he is, it sucks away finesse. It dilutes focus. It forces errors and overreach, and steals a man's precision and discipline. Rage, and the loss of control that comes with it, is a self-inflicted wound. Sanguinius wants that. He wants every advantage he can get. For it was clear from the start the cards are stacked in his brother's favor. He knows he has to exploit every chink in the War Master's armor, physical and mental, if he is to have a chance of winning. He has to force every crack and make new ones besides. Rage will be one of them. Perhaps the key one. If he can goad his fallen brother into outright anger, he can level the field a little. For Horus enraged will be Horus diminished. Though far stronger and monumental, Horus will be reduced to bewildered passion, and Sanguinius will be able to dictate the terms of the clash, and reduce his foe with surgical rigor and clear judgment. He is close to that break point. He has spiked the War Master's exasperation. He knows Horus, just as he knows the vengeful spirit. He knows his brother's secret levels and concealed flaws, because Horus taught them to him in those far off days before the shadow fell. Horus shared everything with his angel brother. That intimate knowledge, granted without vanity or hesitation, has allowed Sanguinius to penetrate the most formidable flagship in the Imperium. It will also lead him to his brother's heart. Sanguinius speeds between maul and claw, loops, dummies flits left and drives the tip of Carmine deep into Horus's hip. The
Ow!
serpent's scales puncture like paper, exhaling steam, oozing thick, curdled blood that runs black. The gleaming angel's relentless circuits around his ponderous foe have become a kind of dance. Nimble, acrobatic, unstinting, elegant. There is intricate grace in his every movement. A demonstration of faultless martial prowess that no one in the universe could replicate.
Damn.
It is dazzling in its exactitude,
Damn.
fluid and pure, almost performative, like a rite or sacred act. There is no effort wasted, no redundancy. It resembles in its balletic artistry and dado complexity the elaborate steps and post-human gymnastics of an Eldari harlequinade.
Damn.
Perhaps, somehow, they are the same. Eternal steps. The rage is close.
Oh no.
The atmosphere of the Lupercal court is shifting, simmering, sizzling.
Oh.
The light has thickened, and the air is lank with pre-storm pressure. The deck is sweating oily droplets of moisture, and the obsidian blocks of the walls and columns shiver in distress. The background whispering has intensified, hissing like phlegmy static from the shadows and the cloisters and the lightless roof space. It is agitated as though dismayed at what it is seeing. One golden mote, slicing the darkness apart, piece by piece.
Sanguinius is a hero.
Horus's war gear is scarred in a double dozen places. Gouges of bare metal stripe and notch his plate. The wolf pelt is torn and slashed.
Damn.
Severed dermal pipes swing and drip. Blood and plasma drool from ruptures. The armor's reactors and shield generators cough and moan to maintain stability. Horus himself,
Oh.
his sweating face bathed in raw blood-light snarls and grunts,
God.
twisting and turning, churning and heaving. But every massive motion is too slow or too late to catch his tormentor. Every footfall is a thunderous Titan step, ringing and grinding on the deck, and the deck itself is broken in 100 places. The plating cratered and cracked by misplaced blows and evaded strikes. The talon of Horus clenches shut with a whip-crack clang. Worldbreaker loops with a moan of torn air. Horus growls, froth flecking the corners of his mouth. He lunges like a sliding mountain at the fugitive golden flame that he cannot pin down.
Damn.
The huge maul misses again, but connects with an ulcite pillar, exploding the midsection of it in a spray of broken stone. The impact is deafening, and the dislodged section slams onto the deck,
Damn.
leaving the broken top and bottom of the column ragged like a stalactite and stalagmite. He turns, but Sanguinius has already found him again, arcing in like a Seeker missile.
Damn.
And Carmine, swung with both hands at full force, strikes the War Master's front plating. Failing reactive shields pop with a bang. The blade strikes a thick section clean off the lip of the gorget and leaves a bloody tear across the Lupercal's left brow and cheek.
Ow.
Horus roars like a woken dragon.
Oh.
The rage is here.
No, I'm scared. I'm actually worried as
It
fuck
wasn't
right now.
supposed to end like this. You, on your knees, eviscerated, gasping for breath. Him, standing over you, so noble and just. His sword raised in both hands, ready to strike. Sanguinius looks down at you, over his raised shoulder. A fractional pause.
Oh,
Space enough for a last chance. You see the pity in his gaze. The
No.
sorrow. The longing. He's still hoping for a different answer. He won't get one.
no.
You can see his disbelief. You can see him thinking it wasn't supposed to end like this. Time's up. The pause ends. He
Wait.
brings the sword down.
No.
He's so fast you don't even see it coming. The perfect execution stroke. The most precise. Most merciful. Most important sword stroke he will ever deliver.
Oh.
But it will not land. Worldbreaker's haft stops in Carmine dead. The jarring shock travels back through the blade, through his arms, and through him. It jolts him backwards even as the sparks of contact are still dancing. Astonishment blinks in his eyes. He swings again, a hastier blow. His arms like lead from the trauma of the blocking impact. Your talon fends the blade away. Now he tries a lancing thrust fueled by mounting desperation. You catch his sword against the head of your maul and flip the stroke aside. That look on his face, it's gratifying. He can't believe you're on your feet. He can't understand why your wounds aren't slowing you down. He can't comprehend where your fluid speed is suddenly coming from.
Oh no.
It was always there. You're just not holding back anymore.
Wait.
You let him come at you, blow after blow, each one a death stroke, each one an exemplar of the swordman's art. Even in despair, his talent doesn't abandon him.
No.
None of them work. You bat them away as they come, with maul, then talon, then maul again. You want to give him a moment to let the despair really sink in.
What?
It wasn't supposed to end like this. That's what he thought. Well, it was never going to. You relish the challenge, but the contest is over. You can see he understands this. Besides, he has demonstrated that he isn't going to change his mind either.
Wait.
He won't bend to your will. You thought he might, but he won't. Such a pity. Such a waste. And so ungrateful.
What?
You offered him everything. Everything. He spurned you. He declined your gift. Graceless, thankless wretch. No one does that to you. Neither of you is playing anymore. You don't think he ever was? Not really.
Oh.
Not the way you were.
The
But
heck?
there was still a sense of restraint, as though his abiding belief in you was pulling his blows in the hope that you might repent. Whatever may have been the case, he's not playing now. He's bent on killing you for real.
No.
He wants to kill you more than he wants to save himself. He's attacking, not defending. It appears he still thinks he's invincible. He is not. He is nothing like invincible, and nowhere near invulnerable, as he is about to discover. The prophecy stands. The dreams were real. Your favorite brother should have heeded them. Fate is ordained, and it demands payment. Everyone pays, Sanguinius. Some in a moment, some for the rest of their lives. There are no loopholes, no exceptions. He thought he'd found a sub-clause in the logic of fate's contract that would allow him to live.
What does that even mean?
This casuistry has worked for him before. He has used it to deny fate several times, perhaps more than any other son. He thinks he can do it again. Well, fate has grown tired of his prevarications. It is no longer charmed by his constant clever escapes and dialectic evasions. And so are you. There is no intellectual technicality to exploit here. Sanguinius is naive if he thinks that fate works that way, especially at the macrocosmic level.
Oh.
This is the day. The final day. Days, like brothers, come in different types with different qualities. They do not all have to work together and run in series. Seriatim. A day can be alone and singular. This is your day.
Oh.
You have decreed its dimensions and its duration. It is a single day of days, endless and eternal, and nothing can outlast it, no matter how hard it tries. Here he comes, and Carmine gleaming. He still thinks he's going to win. You dodge the blade. You swing, Worldbreaker. He evades, but you hadn't intended for the maul to hit him anyway. The swing was just to scare him into the air. He takes flight, white wings wide, a flash of gold to encircle you and strike you down from above. He trusts in his one advantage, the ability to fly and turn a two-dimensional fight into a three-dimensional assault.
Okay.
But what are his 3 dimensions compared to the multitude you command? He soars above you, a vertical ascent. You reach along the 8th angle of space and grab. Your talon closes around his trailing ankle. His climb arrests with a brutal jolt. For a second, he is anchored in the air.
Oh.
You bring him down hard, swinging him by the leg like a hammer into the deck. You let time slow so you can relish every detail of this moment.
What the hell?
Watch. His wings brush up around his arms as the air pushes them forward. A slow swirl of his hair around his face. The tiny, jagging cracks of his golden shin guard as it splinters between the scissoring talon.
No.
The feathers, torn loose by shearing wing load, floating end over end in the air as he leaves them behind. The O of his mouth, the clutching left hand, the shock in his eyes as they slowly stretch wide.
Oh, no.
The dilation of his pupils. The impact. The fragmentation of the deck plates under his shoulder, head, and back. The sick bone crack of his right wing as it is crushed beneath his body and the floor. In carmine jarring from his right hand. The ripple of concussion that travels through his body as it makes contact with the deck. The strained rictus of his features as he absorbs the blow. The furrowed squeeze of his clamping eyes. The angled trajectory of a shorn deck bolt punched clear of the deforming plates. The compression of golden war gear as it flexes and ruptures along multiple joints and seals. The almost drunken wobble of his head as it rebounds from the deck and oscillates with the transmitted whiplash. The sudden slackening of his facial muscles. The blanking loss of expression as he blacks out. The unflattering ripple of his softened cheeks. The sword in carmine, falling slowly, pommel first, striking the deck beside him. Bouncing, striking again, each bounce sending a shivering undulation along the up-angled blade. The clatter as it comes to rest. A languid, upward spray of blood from his mouth and nostrils. The gleaming droplets in the air. The individual splashes as they fall back to dapple his face and throat. The slow, sideways loll of his head into the cushion of his tangled hair.
No.
The leak of blood from between his parted lips. The stillness. You gaze down at him. He lies on his back, full length in a crater of mashed deck plates. One wing spread wide, the other pinned and folded under him. His arms draped open, his hair a golden halo behind his head. One leg bent like a dancer's.
No.
You are still holding his other leg, like a haft to wield him by. You let go of his ankle. The leg falls, heavy and straight.
Oh my god.
No more flying.
Oh my god.
You step back. Your heart is racing. The satisfaction was exhilarating. You weigh Worldbreaker in your hand, ready and waiting. How long will it take him? A minute? 2? No. Less. His eyes blink open. He doesn't realize where he is for a moment. He doesn't know what's going on.
No!
The
Wait!
impact has knocked all sense from him, and he'll register the pain before anything else. That wing's broken. Ribs, too. The ankle you swung him by. Pain will be flooding him as he wakes. You see him wince, a convulsion of his chest, his face screwing up in a grimace. He chokes, coughs blood.
I just want to ask before we go any further, but like, does this mean that Horus wasn't in control of his body? Like, he didn't know what he was actually doing when this happened? Is that what that means? Like, maybe my comprehension isn't the best, but like, no, he does? Oh, okay. He was being controlled by chaos. He's in a weird state. He's just lost in the sauce. Okay. Because it's like, if he wasn't in control of like his, like, if he was like not like, you know, fully conscious about what he was doing, do you think he'd be like sad that he like, you know, fucking killed Sanguinius? That's so crazy. It's like he has dementia and he's acting out. So okay, so it's just like an episode then. Oh, this is so fucked up. I thought they were like oh my god, I thought they were like besties. This is so sad.
It dribbles off his lips.
No.
Is he done? Surely he's done. Nobody. You give him some credit. Grudgingly. He's not giving up. He tries to roll onto his side, but the grinding pain of the broken wing stops him. He flops back. He rolls the other way. He tries to rise. He makes it onto his hands and knees.
Yeah.
He gropes for his fallen sword. It's just out of reach.
No.
Along with most of his broken hopes and the memories that were smashed out of him. Go on. Get up. Let's see if he can.
No.
Hunched over, broken wing dragging like a limp ermine cloak behind him. He crawls. He makes no sound. Not one whimper or groan of pain.
No.
That's impressive. You balance Worldbreaker. Ready. He's found the sword. He clutches it tightly by the grip, breathing hard, and uses it, tip down, as a support as he drags himself upright. And he's up. He's standing, though awkwardly keeping his weight off that shattered ankle. He's panting like a dog, chest heaving. He wipes the blood from his mouth.
Oh, no.
For a second, you want to offer him the chance to submit. He extended you the same courtesy, so it only seems fair. But this is your court, and you decide what's fair.
No.
This is your house. You are a man of your word, and you told him there would be no mercy, so there will be no mercy. He turns to look at you. You're already descending on him, bringing them all down. Somehow, he avoids it. Worldbreaker kills another section of the deck. He's swinging in carmine at your head. The talon parries it, sparks fly. You sweep Worldbreaker at him, but he deflects it with a cross-body slash.
Oh.
You lunge to seize him by the throat. He evades the snapping talon and thrusts his blade around your guard. You knock it away before it bites. He's got a little left. A little strength. A little speed. More than you expected.
Yeah.
He deserves his fame. You exchange blows, trading 4 in rapid succession. Each one parried or hooked aside. Oh, he's good. Even now, still trying, death has brought out the best in him. Maybe, despite everything, he still thinks he's invincible. You will disabuse him of that notion.
No.
You slam your lethal claws around him to crush him. He isn't there.
Oh.
He slipped aside, a flash of gold as fast as a sunbeam, evading you at the speed of light.
Yes, let's
you-
go.
You move at the speed of darkness.
No.
You catch him on the backswing, your talons shearing locks of his hair and snapping his head sideways. Worldbreaker does the rest. It hits him just above the hip, folds him double, and hurls him across the court like a doll. He flies one last time.
No.
His spinning body strikes the ornate prayer screen of your private chapel, The
No.
fretwork, carved from solid diorite without any trace of tool marks, smashes as he goes through it. Small splinters of stone clatter to the deck. You follow him. You walk over to the side chapel slowly. There's no reason to hurry. The
Okay.
bladed head of your maul is matted with blood and golden hair. You walk past the shattered screen to the entrance and look in. He has landed, face down, on the cool stones of the floor,
No.
his feet towards you, his head towards your altar. There are pieces of broken fretwork all above the floor around him, and his body has knocked over 3 metal stands of votive candles. Smoke trickles up from the falling candles that have gone out. There are 100,000 other candles in here, on other stands, on the floor, in niches and on ledges. Their
Yeah.
flames gutter and flicker as you enter the shrine,
Oh god.
your mass stirring the air. You see him move. The injury you have done to him is catastrophic, and it has also torn open the old wound, the
No.
one Angron inflicted. Blood is pooling under the angel in a wide scarlet mirror. You see him shudder as he tries to lift his head, and his arms spasm as he tries to raise his shoulders and his chest. He won't be getting up this time. When he raises his head, shaking and weak, the altar is the first thing he sees. In front of him, you see him recoil at the sight of it. He can't help but stare, his chest lifted on bent arms,
No.
his body trailing flat like a supplicant prostate. The altar is wrought of pre-dynastic dacite and chthonic haemoquartz. You had it intricately inscribed, with syncretic sigils, entwined figures of Concordia and Discordia, of Kronos and Kairos, the form of the Ouroboros, and the abstract convolutions of the eternal labyrinth, which has no way in and no way out. You have also had it etched with certain phrases and texts that the whispers of the court have told you are sacred. It has 8 wide steps like a ziggurat, with a pyramidion of alchemically tempered Azoth at the apex. You have placed many candles and tapers on the shelves of the steps, crowded around the relics you display there. They are skulls, each one ritually arranged facing out, so that their empty orbits stare at anyone who enters the chapel. There are thousands of them, some old, some fresh, some brown with time, some white as snow. Most of them are human. One is set centrally, in pride of place. It is the one Sanguinius sees first when he lifts his trembling head.
No.
Its gaping sockets gaze back at him. The yellowed bone of its brow is carved with the numeral X.
Hex.
This is where it will end. This cross here. You hear the angel murmur, a single wretched gasp. Manus. It's the only sound he's uttered since you began to kill him.
No.
You stand behind him, give him a moment to appreciate the reunion, and to realize what it signifies.
No.
Until we meet again.
That's Ferris Manus' skull?
That's long enough.
Who lacks now, brother?
You ask. He tries to turn over and face you. You grasp him by that broken ankle and drag him out behind you.
What?
He slides backwards on his belly, hands raking and pawing at the bloody flagstones to resist. But there is nothing to grip. He leaves a long smear of blood on the floor behind him. It isn't supposed to end like this. Nevertheless, it does.
No.
It takes just a moment, though he has all the time in the world. Horus Lupercal holds all of time, stilled in one hand,
Fuck.
and Sanguinius in the other. Sanguinius, broken beyond measure, gazes up at the soaring arches of the Lupercal court. Even broken, he will not go quietly.
Yeah.
Even broken, he will not make this easy.
Yeah.
Lupercal growls. Does he relish this? Hate it? Consider it an annoying waste of time when he has better things to do? There is no way to fathom him, for he is no longer remotely human. Doesn't care. He can feel the gaze of the old four on him, staring from the shadows with eyes as bleak and wicked as the ones adorning his brother's breastplate. They have come to witness this. This and everything that will follow.
No.
They mutter to each other excitedly, and around them, the numberless legions of their spawn gibber and whisper in delight. Sanguinius can feel the sheer size of them, the mass of the dark gods. He will show them the defiance of mankind to his last breath. Horus lifts him off
He's
the
so
ground,
brave.
pincered in his talon. Every fractured bone and tear in Sanguinius's body shrieks as he hangs there.
No.
Blood blurts from between his torn lips, squeezed out of his body. Worldbreaker rises in the monster's other hand. Sanguinius lashes out with his left hand, gouging desperate fingers at his brother's cheek and eyes.
No.
Horus barks in rage and drops his prey. Sanguinius falls onto his knees, jarring every wound, then topples onto his side. He tries to rise, trembling, weak. He wants to be on his feet when it happens. He wants to be standing when Worldbreaker catches him before he's even back on his knees. The clubbing blow breaks his left shoulder, ribs, and left femur.
He's so
He
brave.
collapses, trying not to scream from the pain, and failing. Horus starts to bludgeon him, beating him repeatedly like a disobedient dog.
No.
There is no art in this anymore. No martial skill. No patience. Worldbreaker shreds armor and flesh. It pulverizes both collarbones. It ruptures a lung. A fine drizzle of blood fumes the air around the two figures. The brutal, beating giant and his prey. The sixth hammering impact twists Sanguinius's head around, shattering his jaw and transmitting such force that the skin on the left half of his face, from brow to chin, is flayed loose.
No.
It flutters, then drapes back like a slack mask.
No.
As he falls
Wait.
forward, the talon vices him again.
Oh my.
It lifts the ruined, tattered angel into the air until he is face to face with the first found instrument of chaos.
Oh, no.
Horus squeezes slowly. He is expecting some last word, some immortal and heroic declaration to mark the end of a majestic, noble life. It ought to be something good, something appropriate. But Sanguinius is no longer capable of speech. He is drowning in his own blood.
No.
Claws close. There is a double crack of spine and neck.
What the
Horus waits. Blood drips. It's done. Talon opens with a mechanical clack. His brother's corpse, so loose and mangled it seems almost boneless, drops to the deck. An ugly sound of impact to mark an ugly ending. Horus sighs and walks away. Things scurry forward from the shadows to nail the body up.
No, what? They nailed his body? Bro, I was really rooting for Sanguinius. I really wanted Sanguinius to win. I really wanted the good guys to win. And I guess there's like no good or bad in this universe, huh? I think they're all just really bad. I can't... Wait, the demons desecrated his body. He doesn't deserve that kind of ending. Come on, man. Games Workshop, what the fuck? Come on, he does not deserve to be desecrated. He was a brave warrior. Okay, like, what the fuck? The demons are eating his body? They struck up Sanguinius' body for the Emperor to see when he made it to the throne room. But... I mean, I guess I do get it, but like... God, that's so fucked up. Sanguinius didn't deserve this. I mean, I don't know. This is so fucked up, bro. I don't know, man. This is why we celebrate Sanguinius. There's no good guys, at least they named Christmas after him. I don't know if that's a good thing, though. I don't know if I want to die fighting the good fight only for people to name a holiday after me. They still celebrate him. That's good. He's honestly such a hero. What the hell? What the hell? Don't cry because he died. Smile because he stood up against chaos until the bitter end. No, it's like combined with like his... I just realized we watched it entirely out of sync, but the next video that I have on the playlist is Sanguinius' like speech at the door or something like that, and like bro